Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, I want to welcome you. Grab you a little snack real quick while I go through this Yaya review. And this is going to be The Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 16 of season, where are we? We're at 4 now, right? Yeah, 4. So it continues with the ladies being off in the Cayman Islands, and Katie and all the ladies are sitting in the presidential suite, I assume. So it leaves off with Katie basically telling Ashley, F you if you don't want to be my friend and if you're going to sit here and judge. And Giselle asks for the ladies, especially for Ashley and Katie, to table their issues. And again, Karen told Katie that she should be there and that she belongs there. So Robyn had said that it was time for them to leave and just regroup. So Katie goes to her room. Karen and Candiace talk in another hotel room. But back up real quick. Did we ever figure out if Karen and Candiace are staying in the same room or what? I know that's probably not important, but I'm just curious to know what the room setup was like. And I'm pretty sure probably Giselle got a hold of that. She probably went and told them, don't tell them where everybody was. Because I'm just curious. Giselle likes to sit here and she wants to pull strings and she wants to be super aggressive. And yes, I said aggressive. Yes, I said that about Miss Giselle. I don't care what people say. But I just feel like she was doing a lot to stay away from Karen when in actuality, Karen didn't say anything to her that would spark the response that she gave her. So after that, everybody goes to sleep. So in the next morning, Ashley calls her mom and she realizes that she's very reactionary to a lot of comments that are made. And Katie calls her man. Karen calls her husband. Then it shows Ashley and Robyn heading out to the balcony once again to have breakfast. And here comes messy ass Giselle. So Giselle sits down and she mentions that Karen is getting ready to have a reveal party for her new fragrance, but she doesn't believe that Karen owns the company. So she plans to go to her party and be super extra. So she proceeds to pull out a roller ball and she's like, oh, Robyn, look at this. I'm doing this, that, and the other. And again, I find Giselle, when you see Giselle sitting around, you kind of see her eyes wander. And I see a lot of things. And the type of first of all, I'm a Cancer. And Cancers are very outgoing. We're very nurturing. We're very wise to a lot of things. And despite the fact that people might think we're super emotional, you get an opportunity to really stop and see what people are doing. We have to be observant. We're super, super hyped up on energy. And I see the type of person Giselle is, and honestly, maybe it's the editing. I just don't fool with somebody like Giselle. It seems like every time something is going on, Giselle happens to show up. And Karen had said it best. Giselle is a messy train that always shows up on time. And I just feel like these ladies are sitting around, they chilling, and here you go wanting to mention this during breakfast. Giselle's very narcissistic. She also, to me, shows some signs of being a sociopath. Now, it's just a lot of the things that she does. It is very alarming to me. And as I've stated before, I live in Maryland. Do I cross paths with this lady? I do not. But there's certain characteristics that she carries that I see, and I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? And I just feel like almost every scene that she's in, she always got to get something started. So some people may feel like Giselle is a fan favorite, but I can definitely tell you there are a lot of people on my end that are just trying to figure out what is Giselle's real intentions. Like, is she even human? I just want to know. So, as we all know, Karen definitely has a company. Karen definitely has a business. This fragrance is a thing. It is on shelves. It's being sold. You know, Karen is definitely doing things for herself. And what I like is Karen is being very reserved about discussing anything that comes down to her business. I mean, you don't see Ashley sitting around talking about her husband's restaurant, and you don't see Candiace sitting around talking about Chris's restaurant. I think there's certain things that you do and don't talk about. And these are ladies who are definitely, to me, surface friends. There's a lot of surface friendships here, and until you guys are like real friends, I guess in this case we're talking about Robyn and Giselle, the Green Eye Bandits. Yeah, I'm not getting ready to divulge all my information to you about my business. What the hell? You always got somebody that's going to be sitting around trying to take your ideas and trying to run with it to think that they're going to do something better. So I agree with Karen. I totally support her 100%. I'm not getting ready to tell you all my damn business. Girl, get your ass on. So anyway, the ladies meet up in the lobby. Katie's still not feeling good, but they meet in the lobby. Katie's speaking to everybody except for Ashley. So they head out on an excursion. And as we see, they head out to a stingray bay. I forget what they called it. I feel bad, but it was super beautiful. And just to see that beautiful water, you could see through to the water because, honey, like I said, if you come out here to Ocean City or Virginia Beach, Sandy Point, Chesapeake Beach, you can't see through no type of water. That Anacostia River, Potomac River, Great Falls. You can't touch that water. Don't get in that water. Don't try to play in that water. So anyway, they get on the boat. Of course, Giselle with her wandering eye is talking about Karen's wig. Y'all, Karen's wig collection has kind of impressed us this season, except for when she braided up that wig for New Orleans, and that was atrocious, but whatever. Candiace is, not really feeling the water right now, so she's riding on Ashley's back. Katie says she's going to stay back and be on the boat because her stomach is not feeling well. And Giselle steps on a stingray. So I guess, Ashley being her little messy self too, because she's nowhere near innocent. She decides that she wants to go back up and check on Katie. And while she was up there with Katie, she did apologize for her reaction and what she said amongst the ladies. So after they finish that, they get on a boat. They get back on the boat and they're headed back to sea, and back to land. And Karen gets a call and she's talking about a few details about the fragrance. And here comes Tonto, the other Green Eye Bandit, talking about she's shocked that, that Karen is, getting this business off the ground. Robyn, never mind. Anyway, so they get over to Rum Point. And Giselle says she liked that Ashley and Candiace were getting along. So Candiace then, immediately apologizes for her actions. And she suggested that Ashley also apologize for her actions as well. And, Ashley went right on back to the immature Ashley that she is. And, they kind of were going back and forth. And Robyn said, here we go. Thanks, Giselle. God, just be quiet. And it's obvious Giselle is definitely your typical shit starter. So the ladies get on jet skis. Katie is just sitting off in the sun. And, there's a fear of water that's there for Karen. So she gets back, she kisses the sand. She's super happy. So Robyn sits and she tries to FaceTime Juan. And, you could tell Robyn's all into it, and Juan was just like, I'm in a meeting. I'm gonna holler at you later. Sidebar, y'all. Back this up again. Do y'all cringe when Juan and Robyn are talking? Like, do you guys feel like there's some... It doesn't seem right. I don't like the dynamic between the two. I don't think it's anything that sticks out to me that says that they're in a relationship. There seems like there's a lot of, I don't want to say settling, but there seems like there's just a lot of tolerating there. And as somebody who has been in a similar situation twice at that, I don't feel comfortable wanting to have to tolerate somebody. Again, I'm all about energy. I'm about love. I'm about romance. I'm about sensuality. I'm about friendship. I'm about all those different things. So when I have to tolerate you, that tears me down a lot. I just don't see it for Juan and Robyn. I don't see that love, that I just don't see it. But Robyn seems to want to be in love with Juan. Juan, I don't know. I'm trying not to be so critical of the relationship, but you see it a lot. You see it anywhere, whether it's on TV, whether it's a friend of yours, whether it's a coworker. You see it all the time, and it just doesn't seem like anything is genuine with me. That ship has sailed, and I really believe that Robyn should definitely let it go and let another man in that's gonna love her, or if she want to be by herself, be by herself. But I just feel like that Juan and Robyn train sailed a long time ago. But maybe there's going to be some more later on down the road that we don't know about. And I guess since he's talking about having babies and whatnot, so whatever. So the ladies get back to the hotel and they change for dinner later on that night. So everybody's like, wait a minute, how's Monique doing? So they get back and they show that Monique and Chris are having a date over at Lala's. No, I think it was called Leah's. That's right. And I really like the interaction between Monique and Chris. I mean, I think that's they've showed them a couple times, and again, you can see that it is a genuine marriage that they're both deeply into, and you could tell he was all about her even before she was pregnant. So it's just a breath of fresh air because for a moment, this was a real housewife. For a moment, this is your family, your stay-at-home mom who is being loved on by her husband, and her husband is giving her compliments. It was just refreshing to see, because no shade to the other ladies on the show who are not housewives, because I also believe that Karen and Ray definitely have a good relationship. So I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that I noticed that it is very cute to see them two. I really like their dynamic. And, Monique is one of my favorite housewives. So I just like to see the interaction between them. I thought it was just really great. So he said that the sex life is getting a little dim, and I get it. I'm a mama. I am a mama, and I went through all the morning, day, night sickness. I went through all day sickness. I went through motion sickness. I went through smelling sickness. I had to go to the hospital when I was pregnant for dehydration. I've been through all of that. So sometimes you kind of need that reminder that, do I still got it going on? And he's definitely doing that. So anyway, in the hotel room, Katie goes up to Robyn's room while Robyn and Ashley are sitting there. And she said she wasn't feeling well, so she was not going to be attending dinner. However, Ashley asked if Katie would change her mind. And she said, I'll think about it in a couple hours and I'll let you know. So they brought up Giselle and Robyn's relationship, and Robyn said that she's still annoyed with Giselle and her performance at the open house. And, at this point, it's like, we get that you're annoyed, but you need to confront her. No need to keep walking around on eggshells with Giselle. But I think anybody, including, Giselle's kids, probably feel like they have to walk on eggshells with their mom, because you could just tell that she has this condescending, domineering attitude, and it's just so nonchalant that she doesn't really feel like she's doing anything. So I was waiting for the confrontation, but Robyn believes that the therapy is not working with Giselle, and it's not. I'm curious to know how Giselle feels now after watching these episodes. How does she feel about Robyn? Because as I stated in another video, I really believe that Giselle and Robyn are going to have a falling out, and it's going to be so explosive. And because it's on camera, it's going to make it that much worse with the tension. I just feel like Giselle loves to attack people, but she usually will have that person. And again, let me back this up. Okay, y'all, so my audio went out real quick, but I wanted to briefly say this. Giselle displays a lot of characteristics that are similar to a narcissist. And with a narcissist does not move by themselves. They can only do it before a certain amount of time. And in this case, Robyn is her accomplice, also called a flying monkey, also called a secondary prime resource. I learned that from H.G. Tudor here on Facebook. He is a self-proclaimed master narcissist. So if you want to look him up on YouTube, I recommend you do it. He has a lot of books. He definitely has a large collection and a large expertise on narcissism, and that also helped me to come up to the idea of why I'm saying what I'm saying. Giselle is the type of person that has to keep drama going. You could tell that she needs drama to stir up around her. It's always her. She's always the victim. She's always, having something done wrong to her, whether it's her husband, whether it's friends, whether it's whoever. And I can see that she's trying to, you could tell she had that first lady mentality, and then she has this reality TV mentality. But I just feel like everybody around her is, at any given point, going to feel her wrath. And, she's like Nene, but I don't think she's as stern like Nene is. Like I said, Nene is a household favorite, but over the years she has definitely changed. The money and the fame has definitely changed her, but there are a lot of similarities between the two. But I feel like Robyn is definitely a primary resource to Giselle, and that's why they do the things that they do. But anyway, Robyn doesn't feel like the therapy is working for her, and it is not. I'm glad that she noticed that. So she feels like that the counseling is not working. They also asked if, Katie may be pregnant. She was slow to respond to it, but if you also, since you're on YouTube, pull up DJ Richie Sky. DJ Richie Sky he's been on TV. He's done a couple of other projects from what I've learned about him. But throughout his time, he has interviewed a few of the housewives from the different franchise, but he has interviewed Katie. And if you look at, he has an interview with her last week, and I think the week before last. And these are recent interviews where he has talked to her, and she did announce that she was in fact pregnant, but unfortunately, I think that she had a miscarriage. So unfortunately, she did not go to term with the baby. So we now know why Katie was going through the changes that she was going to. Not to mention that she was also going through a custody battle. And I think that Bravo kind of filmed her in a way that she looked unstable. Now, I will blame Bravo as well, because Bravo has been shady with their editing. I mean, straight up, they have definitely been shady with their editing. So, if it comes out that Katie was 100% behind a lot of this work and, behind her, her demeanor and everything like that, then, maybe I'll take it back. But I just felt like Bravo has been a little shady. And even Andy has admitted to it in one of his recent shows. So anyway, they had the conversation, and now they're at dinner. So everybody's sitting around. Giselle somehow made it next to Karen and said that they were besties while Robyn was going through her phone. And, Karen was like, you're going to offend your best friend. And Robyn was like, no, it's not. That does not bother me. And so Giselle said, I think we all should be getting along. We all should be doing X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth. And she then turns around and she says, if we do something wrong, we should be able to put on our big girl panties, and we should admit to our wrongdoing. And Robyn said, well, since you're talking about it, let's go ahead and roll into this conversation. I think you were dead wrong for how you confronted Monique at this open house. This is my money, this is my business, and you waited till the wrong time to do this. And so you can see that the ladies were happy that Giselle was getting checked, but the way Robyn did it was kind of really cool and calm, like, hey, by the way, you were wrong for what you did. I think, the ladies were looking for something more direct, more in your face, especially with Ashley. You could tell she was fixing up her face and she was looking for that. And I think that with these ladies, because they all like to start stuff in their own way, I think that they sit around and they wait for this stuff to go down. But, they wasn't going to get any action from those two. They kissed, they made up, and they kept it moving. So anyway, long story short, Candiace and Ashley sat down on the beach. They, they also hugged and made up. And I give big props to Candiace for being the mature one in that situation. But unfortunately, the show ends out with Katie possibly leaving the island to go back home because Giselle says she stopped by there to see her in the morning and she was not there. She checked the front desk. They didn't say she left, but they couldn't find her. So I hope that she stayed on the island because I think she needed to relax. But I think that it was just too much going on with her not feeling good and Ashley, hitting below the belt was just uncalled for. So that's the end of my video, you guys. That is my commentary for season 4, episode 16. I hope you guys like this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got more content coming. And I thank you all for the continued support. Later. Bye.